Hello everyone and welcome to my bullet journal flip through video. Today I will be showing you my journal, which I initially started in January this year. I'm using a Leuchtturm 1917 notebook with a dotted grid in A5. I ended up liking this black journal a lot, but I might be switching to something more colorful as soon as this notebook is full. Now let's take a look into my journal. Like every journal, the first thing we have here is the index page, which contains all the important pages from my journal. I do still use the index and I will also continue to use it because I think it is very helpful. The great thing about the index is that you can always use it to find pages and just to help you be more organized. The first page I did in my journal was this key page. I used this page a lot in the beginning, but I switched to a different key later on. That's why I don't look back at this page anymore. The next thing in here is the future log, which is just all of the months and the main dates or the main events I wanted to keep track of. I don't use the future log anymore because I switched to the Calendex, which I will show you in a few minutes. On the next page I have a little spread for my quarterly goals, but as you can tell I didn't set goals for the second quarter of the year, although I do want to continue using this page. Next to the goals we have my little planning routine. I usually look at this page at the end of every month, just to make sure I didn't forget to fill in my goal list and my level 10. On the next page is my level 10. This is a very nice spread I saw on Boho Berry's channel. I really enjoy using this and I will link the video and the blog post from Boho Berry below so you can take a detailed look at this. For January I created a simple monthly log and combined it with a little goal and task section. Also, this is where I started to do my memories page. This page is something I really enjoy doing. I usually set it up at the beginning of a month, and as soon as something interesting or memorizable happens, I write it down in pencil. When the month is over, I look back at this page and try to sketch the things I want to memorize onto this page. The next thing in here are these two trackers. On the left I used to have the sleep tracker, and on the right there was this habit tracker with a little mood curve. I really like these two, although I don't use them anymore by now. Now we're coming to the first weekly spread in January, which was very simple with a little reminders and weather section. I also don't have these anymore, but I did enjoy making this spread a lot. Next we have my little fitness page. This is where I track my weight and my measurements. Also I added some fun quotes in here to keep me motivated. Alright, here we have a little spread I don't like that much because it's really simple and I don't really use it that often. On the page on the left I wanted to keep track of some housework, but I usually forget to fill this one in. On the right side I made a little need/want list just to keep track if I need to buy something for the office or if I saw some nice pen color I want to have. I will probably continue using this one though. The next week in January looks similar to the first one. I just added some cute cat doodles on this page. In January I was still trying to figure out what works for me. That's why I went with this setup for the whole month and changed it up step by step. This spread right here is very simple and has these little dandelion doodles in it. In February I changed up the look of my monthly log, and I loved this one because I could add some more detail and information to this little calendar. On the right I kept it simple with some lists. For this month I also set up a sleep tracker, but as you can see I didn't use it that much, that's why I also don't use this one anymore. On the right is just a page I messed up a little, that's why it's still empty. Here you can see how much my weekly changed in this month. Instead of the big habit tracker I used a smaller version and I didn't use the weather section anymore. On the next page I made a little tracker for my spendings, which I didn't use that much too. And I did this little movies to watch spread. I actually use this one a lot because it's very simple but a good reminder if I don't know which movie to watch next. Here we go with the February memories page and a little Instagram tracker I made. These two pages got really colorful, but I really enjoy making both of these. As you can tell, I also changed up the second week in this month, and this setup was very cool, but also took me longer than it does now. In week 6, I tried to use a little meal plan, which worked out pretty well. I actually might start doing this again because it is really nice to write down everything you eat in a day. The next page in here is this underwater/sea themed page. I really love adding a little theme to my weekly spreads and drawing something fun. Here we have a hot air balloon themed page. This was created at one of my Instagram live streams, and it was really a lot of fun drawing these little balloons and clouds. Next up we have my Hello March page and a little books to read list. I was in the mood for some green color, so I went with these little plants as decoration for this month. In March I first started using this focus tracker I saw on Bujo Studies Instagram. I loved the idea of only tracking 3 things per week and not having a whole list of habits. As I said before, I got into a little green phase here, that's why I drew these little plants. Also, I changed up my weekly and separated work to-dos and private to-dos. The next week got a little donut theme, and I love this separation of work to-dos, but I actually don't use this anymore. The next page got a little greener again, and I changed up the look of the weekdays on the left. For this next week I went with a little bee theme and a little motivational quote. I just love adding these doodles and a little lettering to my journal. The last week of March got a little empty because I was on vacation and didn't really do much. That's why I got really simple. I just added this little pineapple and quote to add some color to the page. Next off are my March memories and a little packing list I created before traveling to Mallorca in the last week of March. Here we are in April. I just did this little flower theme and used my Tombow brush pens for the lettering part. The monthly spread looks almost the same as my March spread. I kind of forgot to use my focus tracker though, because I was again traveling a lot and didn't have time to fill it in regularly. With the first week of April, I kept on using my separation of work and personal to-dos. I also just added this little spring theme to the page. While I was doing this page, I actually was on vacation, that's why there are so many empty boxes. The next week got a little fuller and greener. I kicked the work to-do list and wanted to simplify the whole weekly spread. The last of April was pretty empty again because there simply wasn't much going on. I just added this tattoo-inspired lotus flower and a little quote to give the page more color. Next up is my April memories page, which I really enjoyed doing. Also, I made this little tracker of my monthly payments and subscriptions in here. On the next page, I put my Calendex, which I use instead of the future log now. I just color code main events like birthdays, vacations or appointments in here. This is again a thing I picked up from Bohoberry. You should totally watch her video about the Calendex where she explains how it's used. Here we have a little spread with 20 facts about me. I actually didn't finish this one because it got kind of messy and I couldn't come up with 20 facts. Maybe I'll redo this someday. Also, this is when the month May started. I just did this really simple Happy May page. I changed up the monthly spread and kept the focus tracker for this month. Still, I'm a little late sometimes with filling this one in, but I just really enjoy using it from time to time. The next spread is probably one of my favorites because it got very neat and I really loved doing these little flower doodles. Second week in May had a dragonfly theme with some cute little quotes. and I really enjoy my setup right now. It's pretty simple yet very effective for me. Now this is the week we are in right now. As you can tell, I usually draw some boxes beneath the weekdays and the doodling before starting the week. The next page is still empty because I like to have all of my weeks after each other in my journal and add other pages or spreads at the end of the month. Here we have the Yoga Revolution tracker I made and the little handwriting spread I did for an Instagram challenge. The last page by now is this TV show tracker, which is very simple, but I love keeping track of all of these shows because I do watch many shows at the same time. The last 2 pages in my journal are just some swatches of my colored pens. On the left are the mild liners by Zebra, and on the right there are the Tombow pens I have. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or suggestions for new videos you would like to see, make sure to leave a comment below. Also make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like this quick little peek into my journal. See you soon, bye!